Hi everyone, it's your girl Uniquely Destiny. Hola, bonjour, ¿cómo estás? Hope everybody is muy bien. Get in here, get in here. On today's palette and docket, we have Erica Banks, Monique Samuels, 50 Cent, and Diddy continuously going back and forth. We have Obamacare, Cassie being sued, and I have a special surprise at the end of this video. So stick around, stick around, stick around. Um, I'll do my announcements so you all, when you all come on back in here, you all can, you know, see the announcements and things. But y'all, today we have our $25 um Amazon gift card giveaway at 2 o'clock. So that is actually in a couple more minutes. So I'm going to be really fast on getting these hot topics done, and we're going to go right into our giveaway. So if you have not submitted yourself into the giveaway by commenting Amazon giveaway, you still have time before I go live, because once I go live, I'm literally going to put all the names in the wheel, and whomever wins. And then just come on back each Sunday. So we got 2 more Sundays of this month where I'm going to be giving away things. Okay. So just stay tuned, turn on your notifications, not for some, turn them on for all notifications. So you know when I'm live and when I'm giving away things. So again, each Sunday I'll be giving away a item, Christmas giveaway, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's where we're at with things. So without further ado, we're gonna just hop right into hot topics, because again, I have another live right after this one. So the first thing I want to talk about is what everybody's been talking about, which is the whole Erica Banks of it all. So I saw a few days ago that Erica Banks was arrested, and so I saw yesterday that they ended up releasing the footage actually of her arrest. So we're gonna go around. Hey, SSB, how you doing? So we're gonna go ahead and just go ahead and put in the. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Can y'all still see me? So we're gonna go ahead and put in the copyright disclaimer. Um, Copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer. Okay, it's for fair use. Fair use. Fair use. Okay, fair use. So we're gonna go ahead and uh, put that up. So we're gonna go ahead and do our fair use disclaimer. Hey everybody, come on in here. Okay. So I saw this video or whatever of her arrest. So we're gonna go ahead and just watch that, okay? Let me know if y'all can hear it in the comments, okay?
Pulling to the Chevron 2911 Buford Highway. It's a dealer plate. I can't read it because of the tinted tag cover. Give me a second. It's a black Cadillac Escalade. It's going to be it's also out of South Carolina. How you doing?
How you doing, y'all?
Officer number, Captain Police, got a question. Whose car is this?
It's a rental.
Rental.
Yes, sir.
With a dealer plate?
It's a dealer plate?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, sir.
But it is a rental.
Yes, sir.
Is there any paperwork in the glove box with it? For it? Tag information? Anything?
No, it's just some mask in here.
A mask?
Like a
COVID mask?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Is this a good address for you?
Yes, sir.
Hey, shut the vehicle off real quick. Is it a push to start or a key?
Push to start.
All right, shut it off real quick. Hand me the key fob.
Not they don't know how to turn a car because it's stolen, allegedly.
Appreciate it. All right, there's no paper whatsoever in this vehicle, correct?
No.
Okay. One second. All right, let me see the. You stay where you are. All right. 120 check. I'm going to start missing unit. This vehicle's coming back stolen out of Atlanta. All right, real quick. Is there any weapons in the car? No one's over. Step out front real quick.
All right.
Passenger, put your phone down. Put your hands on the front dash, please. Set your phone down, please. Step out, please. Leave your jacket, everything. Leave your wallet, leave your phone. Stop what you're doing. Set everything down. Put everything on the dash, please. Or the console, either way.
What's going on?
Set it right there. There. Stop what you're doing. You're reaching for stuff.
I'm not reaching for stuff. My seatbelt is wrapped around me, sir. I'm trying.
Why is it wrapped around you like that? All right, come on. Step out from real quick. No weapons on you, right?
No, sir.
Turn around for me. You're being detained right now, okay?
Okay.
Come here.
What's going on?
Right now, it's showing that this Cadillac is stolen out of Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
no, I didn't know anything about that at all. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
All right, y'all. So there was the video of Erica Banks being arrested in Brookhaven, Georgia. Now, at the end of this video, it says this stop began as a simple equipment violation, but it ended with the recovery of a vehicle reported stolen in November 2024. Why is y'all driving a car that's stolen in 2024, honey? What? Huh? I don't understand. But it says it serves as a reminder that seemingly minor equipment violations can lead to the discovery of more serious crimes. As a result of the stop, officers not only recovered the stolen vehicle, but also seized Mary Jane and ecstasy from the occupants. Both occupants were transported to the county jail, y'all. So my commentary on that is, you know, if you're going to do whatever you do it in the comfort of your home. Don't be traveling with the stuff. Don't be doing whatever you do. You know, I'm not here to judge you. I would prefer you not to do none of that stuff. But, you know, if you're going to do it, do it in the comfort of your home, or do it with people, you know, in a setting. You know what I'm saying? For one, you shouldn't be doing the ecstasy pills. Do not be doing the ecstasy pills. If you know, smoke a little reefer, it's fine. Smoke a little reefer, you know. That's, you know, everybody's smoking a little reefer now and then. Not everybody, but most people are smoking a little reefer. You have the recreational stores you can go to get your reefer and go on home. The stolen car of it all, come on now. I feel like if you are a rapper, you know, and you know, I get that every rapper is not just, you know, they don't have the funds, you know what I'm saying? But I would think that she's been rapping long enough to be in her own vehicle or riding with people who, you know, do have a vehicle in their own name. Okay. Yeah. You don't know nobody that got a vehicle in their own name. You know, I don't trust for one, I'm not trusting a plate that's out of state. You know, if I ain't go to the dealership, if I ain't go to the Hertz or the what's the other one, Enterprise, to go get it, I just ain't trusting it. But that's me, you know what I'm saying? I got my own car paid for, so you know I don't have no problems. But you know, if you're gonna do it, just make sure you know who you messing with, you know what I'm saying, or else you can end up like Erica, you know what I'm saying. But we're gonna keep Erica in our prayer. You know, Jesus' name, hallelujah, help her. Next, we got on the docket the good old Monique Samuels. Now, Monique is Monique. I'm not gonna put this one on the screen, but I am gonna let you all hear what she has to say on this other one. So let me take this one off the stage. But Monique was talking about, and if you all don't know Monique Samuels, she's from the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 4 or 5, 4. Yeah, 4 or 5, something like that. Anywho, but Monique was on there. She was married to Chris Samuels, who's a ex-NFL player, and there was a fight between her and Candace Dillard Bassett that was also on the Real Housewives of Potomac. And Candace and Monique, you know, after they fight, they Child, they can't stand each other. Let's just say that they do not like each other. You know, Monique done whopped Candace upside the head at the place down there to the party that they was having on that season. They was all together, and you know, Candace then cut up Monique face a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people in the Bravo world or in the reality world, as far as fans go, they want to see some type of resolve or some type of, you know, just cordialness, I would say, between Monique and I'll put her up on the screen, but I will not be playing the actual thing on the screen. So this is Monique right here. Okay. Um So Monique was on Down to the Bravo Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and they had some fans that came up, and one of the fans was asking Monique, you know, does she see a future being cool with Candace Dillard Bassett again? And this is what Monique had to say. So let's see. Hold on. This is what Monique had to say about that. Call the police. Hold on, y'all. Coda. All right. So this is what Monique had to say, y'all, about the whole Candace Dillard Bassett of it all when the person asked the question, okay? All right. And that's what she basically had to say. Like, it's no rekindling when it comes to her and Candace, you know. Monique said the door is closed and there is no coming back from whatever it is that they had. Now, my whole thing is, you know, if she has truly healed the way she says she is healed, then okay, cool, do what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? But I think that Monique is in a space where, you know, if it happened then, I'm not gonna trust it now. You know what I'm saying? And that's totally fine, because the way that, you know, they went from being in a friendship to ultimately that friendship deteriorating after the fight, you know, I'm honestly okay with not seeing them in the same space. That's me as a supporter of the brand. I don't have to see Monique and Candace on my screen together at all ever again. Totally fine with it. But I think that if there ever comes a space where they have to work together in the Bravo land, I would like to see some cordialness when it comes to the both of them. I think that both of them would keep it respectful. They might even hit a Brandy and Beyonce where they just each tear off when they see each other, and that's totally fine too. But I'd rather see them in this space of where they are separately than together, because like Monique said, you know, it's okay we never reconcile. It's okay, you know what I'm saying? It's fine, you know what I'm saying? We didn't end on the best of terms, so I'm not expecting any more of you than what you've already given me. And that's not to say that Candace hasn't changed, and that's not to say that Monique hasn't fully healed, but that's just to say that they're probably better off in their own universes and doing whatever it is that they want to do. Okay, so again, this is a fair use disclaimer, copyright. We're doing research. Okay, so that's what she had to say there. So next we're gonna get into 50 Cent and Diddy still going at it, y'all. And shout out to US Today, because they got some insights on the Diddy and they got some insights on Diddy's videographer talking about the whole 50 Cent's you know, Sean Combs The Reckoning documentary that he has done on Netflix. And so you know, it's been some hoopla, hoorah about, you know, the whole documentary, and it's been alleged that 50 Cent, you know, Diddy's camp is saying that 50 Cent did not get the footage the right way. They didn't go through the right channels and proper, you know, excuse me. excuse me, the proper process of people of people obtaining this footage, you know what I'm saying, for it to be included in the documentary. Well, Diddy's videographer breaks his silence amid the turmoil, it says here in this document, over the Netflix document. Y'all, we're gonna read it, okay? Again, copyright disclaimer. I have to keep saying that, y'all. So it says Sean Diddy Combs videographer Michael Oberlees is trying to clear his name as Combs' team claims a new Netflix docuseries about Diddy's rise and fall uses stolen allegedly footage, y'all, prior to his arrest. They say it's stolen, y'all, allegedly. So y'all, it says that Sean Diddy Combs videographer has entered the Netflix and Combs brawl over 50 Cent's new docuseries about the rapper's rise and fall. Said that Michael Oberle shared a statement with Rolling Stone, y'all, on December 10th, which was just a few days ago, 4 days ago, y'all, to clear his name, as Combs' camp has blasted Sean Combs' The Reckoning as a shameful hit piece, y'all. They say it's shameful. Y'all said that Oberle, who was involved in the filming, you know, that was filming Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was filming him. And then sent out the footage allegedly. But y'all, we're gonna get into it. But Oberle said who was involved in filming a project profiling Sean Diddy Combs and has worked for the rapper since 2019, told the outlet the footage in question was not released by him or anyone authorized to handle Sean Combs' materials. It was by a third party who covered for him for 3 days while he was out of state, y'all. My whole thing is this before we continue to read on. Third party, first party, second party, how the footage get out? Period. My thing is, if you don't want somebody to have something, you are not going to even let them sniff the footage. You ain't even gonna let them see. You ain't even gonna let them peek. You know what I'm saying? My thing is that's questionable to me. You know what I'm saying? But you know, to each their own. You know, we're gonna keep going. But he said a third party released it while he was out of state. His statement continued. He said this incident has nothing to do with any fee dispute or contract issue. The actions of the parties involved reflect the lack of integrity, y'all, every storyteller should uphold. He said taking footage intended for our project to advance a narrative that was not our own is both unethical, y'all, and unacceptable. That's what Oberle said, y'all. Whew, I know Diddy was on that phone calling him, cussing him out. Oberle's comments are the latest in a recent back and forth between Netflix, which released the 50 Cent produced series, and Combs' family and legal team, who says the content perpetuates lies about Combs' upbringing and uses stolen footage that was never authorized for release. Again, y'all, he keep bringing it home. He said it was never authorized, y'all. So, y'all, the Alexandria Stapleton directed 4-part series, which dropped December 2nd, dives into Combs' come up in the music business and later his downfall. It employs a mix of interviews and some never before seen footage from the days before his arrest on federal sex trafficking charges in Manhattan on September 16, 2024, y'all. It says Combs, who would often keep the cameras rolling to document his life. And that's why you shouldn't always want folks in your business. Turn that camera off. It's okay for y'all to do content sometimes. It's okay if you know, but you don't see Michael Jordan. I'm using, you don't see Michael Jordan got a footage crew following him all around down to the track while he's suing them allegedly for misconduct. You don't see Michael Jordan doing it. Y'all need to take notes. Y'all want to be like the billionaire, be like them in all regards when it comes to the privacy, because they don't be wanting everybody to know their secrets. Just saying. Some of them don't be wanting everybody to know their secrets. You know, but anywho, so it says Combs, we're gonna start over. Combs, who would often keep the cameras rolling to document his life and work, had a videographer follow him while in New York City, y'all, during federal prosecutors' investigation into his alleged ex crimes, for which He is now serving 50 months in prison. Now, some people argue that 50 months is not a lot, and allegedly they say that he might get more time based on the new docuseries that 50 Cent said 50 Cent didn't put out. Allegedly. We don't know. That's more to come. Y'all, it said at one point the videographer captured federal agents, y'all, across the street on the roof. Now, I was looking at them agents. I said, now, how they know he there? But I said, oh, he is under federal investigation. So, I guess they do have to keep a tight knit on him, watching from all angles. That is not funny. Y'all, but anywho, it said at one point the videographer captured federal agents on a rooftop across from the hotel room, y'all. In another scene, Combs is seen railing against one of his lawyers, y'all. The high-profile criminal defense attorney, Mark, what's his name? Anifilo? That's what I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him Mark. Y'all. So it said, what has Diddy team said about 50 Cent's Netflix series? Y'all, it said a day before the docuseries went live on Netflix, a representative for Combs issued a statement that was denouncing the streamer's conduct as illegal. As Good Morning America debuted the series teaser trailer. They messy, but they got a job to do. Yeah, I said Netflix so-called docuseries is a shameful piece. Today's GMA teaser confirms that Netflix relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. As Netflix and CEO Ted Sarandos know, Mr. Combs has been amassing footage since he was 19 to tell his own story in his own way. It is fundamentally unfair and illegal for Netflix to misappropriate that work, the December 2nd statement said, read. Yeah, I'm gonna just scroll on up because they talking about all the stuff that was found. Well, this stuff was found in his room, y'all. Allegedly. This stuff was found. Anywho, it says it continued. Netflix is plainly desperate to sensationalize every minute of Mr. Combs' life without regard for truth in order to capitalize on a never-ending media frenzy, y'all. If Netflix cared about the truth or about Mr. Combs' legal rights, it would not be ripping private footage out of context, including conversations with his lawyers that were never intended for public viewing. That's why you shouldn't have a third party involved. That's why if you're going to do a documentary, make sure you do it. Make sure only it's written in stone that maybe through an NDA. I don't know what you got to do, but make sure it's patented that it's only you, Diddy, and Diddy. Then they got this footage. It shouldn't be nobody else. No third party shouldn't be involved. You wouldn't run into these issues if you just make sure your stuff is secured. But that's just me. Anywho, Combs teams also cast doubt on the origin of the footage that was included in the series. They said, y'all, no rights in that material were ever transferred to Netflix or any third party, the statement read. It is equally staggering that Netflix handed creative control to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, who is a longtime adversary with a personal vendetta who spent too much time slandering Mr. Combs. Did he? But didn't you allegedly mess with his baby mama? You don't think he gonna have some type of strife about that? I'm not saying it's right. I think that Diddy gotta I think that 50 gotta let that go. That woman, she wasn't for you. Again, I said in my last video, obviously she wasn't for you, 50. She want to mess with the Diddies and, go, let her do what she do. Let her go, let her do what she do. But, he got a little strife against you for that, Anywho, the Rap Moguls team also issued a second cease and desist, y'all. Not the first one, but a second cease and desist letter to Netflix. The first of which was issued when the documentary was first announced, y'all. So not one cease and desist. They didn't issue two. Diddy's team issued two cease and desist, y'all. Crazy work. Y'all. Also, we have Miss Janice Combs jumping in on the docuseries of it all. So it says Combs' mother, Janice Combs, also spoke out against the docuseries in a statement shared with USA Today on December 8th through her son's representative. Y'all, she said these inaccuracies regarding my son Sean's upbringing and family life life is intentionally done to mislead viewers and further harm our reputation. Janice Cohn said, Sean has been a dutiful son always, ensuring that I was cared for and vigilantly managing my medical care as well as providing financial support. I am requesting that these distortions, falsehoods, and misleading statements be publicly retracted. I don't know about that, Miss Combs. She also said she specifically called out her portrayal as an abusive parent, and Bad Boy Entertainment co-founder Kirk Burrows claimed that her son slapped her during a 1991 interaction about the City College of New York stampede that resulted in the deaths of 9 people aged 15 to 28 years old. And honestly, I really am glad that we got to see the behind the scenes of this stampede in the docu-series, because, you know, I had heard about it, seen just a little bit of snippets about it, but to get like more details about what happened and to learn that 9 people, y'all, 15 to 28 years had then died. Come on now. It made me think as a viewer, as a supporter, well, are the rumors true? Are they true about, people, losing their life when things don't go right? Allegedly. It made me think back. Is this how this started? Was this the start of something new? Just saying. I'm sure I'm saying what everybody is thinking. Was this the start of him feeling like, all right, I can get away with it? Once I get big, it's up from here, allegedly, I don't know. Anywho, so it says, y'all, Netflix had a lot to say. So Netflix came back and they said, in a statement provided to Netflix official news site, ta-dum, Director Stapleton said the footage came to them. They didn't go seeking the footage. The footage came to us. We obtained the footage legally and have the necessary rights. And this is what y'all need to be focusing on. If the footage came to Netflix, right? That's just like, think about it. I have $100. I give it to you legally. But then I go to the courts and say, this person stole from me illegally, but they didn't got footage of me on camera giving you. It don't make sense. You got to make it make sense. And as long as Netflix and 50 say that they have all of the documentations and the legalities of everything that they need as far as having the necessary rights, I don't know how they gonna be disputing this. I just don't know. Whoever that third party was, it don't matter at this point. Oberlease, who was recording Diddy, you had the footage. You say a third party, whom obviously this third party. I'm sorry. At this point, I don't see how y'all gonna refute this. I just don't. I don't see how you gonna refute that, because at the end of the day, you should have kept it between you and Diddy. That's all I'm saying. You should have kept it between y'all. It shouldn't be no third and fourth and fifth parties involved. It shouldn't be no you hold the footage to while I go out of town allegedly. It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't. This is a high profile person in a high profile case. You want to take all precautions. And you going up against a big dog like Netflix? Yeah, I want to see how it's going to play out. But Netflix came back. They said, hold on, don't play with me, baby, because it came to us. And we obtained the footage legally and have the necessary rights. She continued. She said, one thing about Sean Combs is that he's always filming himself. And it's been an obsession throughout the decades. We also reached out to Sean Combs' legal team for an interview. and comment multiple times, but did not hear back. If y'all had responded, maybe y'all could have worked something out to where it could have been, all right, I get it, y'all probably still gonna do this Netflix, but I don't know. But I don't know what happened there. Again, I'm just really eager to see how this is gonna play out, because allegedly, when 50 Cent was on Sherry Shepherd's show, he said he might drop some more tea for us on the good old YouTube. It ain't gonna be on the Netflix. He wanted to be on the YouTube. Now that what 50 said on the Sherry Shepherd show. Go watch the interview. Anywho, it said in a separate statement from a Netflix spokesperson shared with USA Today, December 2nd, the streamer doubled down on the sentiment, y'all. The claims being made about Sean Combs' The Reckoning are false. The project has no ties to any past conversations between Sean Combs and Netflix. Duh, because y'all didn't respond. The footage of Combs leading up to his indictment and arrest were legally obtained. This is not a hit piece or an act of retribution. Curtis Jackson is an executive producer, but does not have creative control. No one was paid to participate. So these folks want to tell their story. Y'all know that y'all got a person, Diddy being the person, that is in all this controversial mess. Okay? And you don't respond. The least you could do is say, I mean, I'm sure that even Netflix probably would have been okay with, because we've seen it on Netflix, right? We reached out, they gave a statement and said XYZ at the end of a docuseries. You know what I'm saying? They usually put that up there. I'm sure they would have been cool with that. And, again, could have worked out some stuff to where some of this stuff in the documentary probably wasn't going to be as I'm not going to say as bad, but as controversial as it is now. It's okay for you all to respond and say, hey, we're not interested. We would like to request that XYZ, right? I think that gives you a little leeway to say, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I ain't no producer. I don't know. I ain't Netflix. I ain't none of these folks. I'm just a viewer that's commentating on what I saw and what I see and all of this hoopla that's going on about this case. Let's continue on. In an interview with Robin Roberts for ABC News, 50 Cent said, it's not personal. If I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip hop community is fine with his behavior because no one else is being vocal, he added. Now 50. We 50. Come on. Really? We know what you're doing here. But hey, I like how you playing it, Stapleton said the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to get the highlights, the salacious details. The real goal was to story tell, y'all. And I think that's the end of this. Yeah. So, y'all, that's what's being said about y'all, the whole Diddy and his videographer of it all. His videographer said, do not play with me. But honestly, I think the judge is going to say, well, how did the third party obtain any of the footage? Just think about it. And the jury is going to be sitting there pondering over there with their pens and paper. Makes sense to me. How did they get the foot? It's just, we need more. We need to know more about all of this. We get that you coming out, you clear your name, but it's still some questions that we need answers to. We need answers to. Again, copyright disclaimer. And what do we say? To each their own. All right. So next we're going to move into Obamacare, y'all. The Reds have tried to cut the Obamacare, y'all. The Reds have tried to cut Obamacare, y'all. Actually, they thinking they actually gonna cut it. But anywho, y'all, it says, let me put this on the screen, y'all. Let me stop this one and share it with y'all. Now, if you are a Obamacare recipient or Medicaid recipient through Obamacare, you all, this is very serious. This portion of my show is very serious. I want you all to be aware of the spikes that are going to happen to your insurance. Right now, there are many insurance mobile apps that I think you all might want to consider at this time, you know, to get your medical care through, because the Reds are definitely trying to strike Obamacare. Um, and y'all, it said that Obamacare bills are set to spike in the 2026 year. If you are, you know, working and you have insurance through your job, kudos to you. I have insurance through my job. It's not Obamacare, but I have been on Obamacare. Not afraid to say that, because sometimes that's just how life lands, you know. And honestly, it's better to have some insurance than to not, because this is the most, you know, difficult times and days and times to not have any type of insurance. Okay. So y'all, according to, shout out to Ken over there at USA Today, y'all. Um, says that, you know, um Leslie Smith is among millions of Americans scrambling to meet a fast approaching deadline to lock in health insurance coverage for 2026, y'all. Smith is a 64-year-old Arizona resident with diabetes. Faces the daunting prospect of juggling more expensive Affordable Care Act premiums with everyday living expenses, y'all. Says Smith delayed selecting her plan for 2026 coverage as Congress debated whether to extend, maintain COVID era subsidies that made Obamacare health insurance cheaper for $22 million. So the Reds are definitely trying to get more money. They ain't satisfied with already being billionaires and millionaires. They want more. They want to be trillionaires. You know, they're greedy. But you know what? God does not bless them too long, because when you greedy like that, oh, baby, you better know a storm is coming your way, honey. You cannot get away with scamming and getting over on people, and taking from people by being greedy. You know, the Bible says, you know, you shouldn't be greedy. You shouldn't. And if you don't know, you need to go read your Bible, okay? All right, anywho. So, y'all, the Senate on Thursday rejected the Democrats' proposal to maintain the subsidy, y'all, because the Senate didn't extend the enhanced premium tax credits that, you know, premiums that we pay, right? Premiums you pay for your insurance, right? Each month, you know, you pay a premium, right? Even if you have insurance through your job, you pay a premium. Example, I'm going to give an example. Obamacare, mainly you have a copay of $0. You know, you don't really have a premium, you know, that much. If you select a plan, you might have a premium. However, versus someone with a job and they have, let's say, Regents Insurance, their premium might be set a year for about, let's say, $800 premium. I'm just going to give a number, but each month you're only paying about, let's say, $60 each month for your insurance plan. Not bad, right? But at the end of the day, this is where I want y'all to pay attention, y'all. Says that because the Senate didn't extend the enhanced premium tax credits, they're set to expire at the end of 2025. Smith and others face sharply higher costs for ACA insurance beginning January 1st, 2026. And if you have not had insurance throughout this year, please know you might have to pay through your taxes. Yeah. This year has been a year for me, and I don't know how this is going to pan out, but I'm praying for all of us that it just work out how it worked out, you know. But again, January 1st, insurance premiums are going to go up, and this includes Obamacare. It says, and House Republicans released a legislative proposal aimed at making healthcare more affordable, but without extending premiums under Obamacare. So they gonna extend it, but they don't want Obamacare. They don't want y'all to get it for free. All this money they got, all of these tariffs that y'all current administration has been talking about and saying that, you know, they've collected, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, they don't have it, y'all. But anyway, a House could vote coming in the next week, And Obamacare enrollees must choose a plan by Monday, December 15th, y'all. So by tomorrow to get coverage beginning January 1st. So if you are Obamacare recipient, you have until tomorrow, December 15th, 2025, to get coverage beginning January 1st. You got to choose a plan just like you do every year, but you might have to pay a little more, just so you know. And that's essentially it for this. I'm not going to go over all of this or whatever, but the gist of this is Obamacare enrollees, y'all need to choose your plan before, by tomorrow, by midnight, by 11:59 p.m. tomorrow. Y'all need to have a plan so that y'all can get coverage starting on January 1 for the incoming new year and for the year. You know what I'm saying? So, for next month and for the incoming year. So that's all I have there. And last but not least, I'm going to just briefly talk about the Cassie of it all, y'all. So Cassie is being sued allegedly by the guy she was having shebang bang with while being with Diddy. And the judge is seemingly okay with this. Yeah, I was like, what? Okay. How many minutes I got? I got 4 minutes, y'all. And then we're going to go right on over there to do our giveaway. So really quick, I'm going to just go into all right. So Cassie, y'all, has been dodging. It says allegedly Cassie has been dodging a new lawsuit brought by a male escort, y'all. She was hired for with Diddy. The judge ruled that the lawsuit can move forward now, y'all, scoring him a legal win so far. And this is the guy that she had shebang bang with right here. This guy, y'all. It says real quick, a judge has granted Clayton Howard, y'all, a man describing himself as a former male escort, permission to move forward with a civil lawsuit filed against singer Cassie Ventura and music mogul Cent Diddy. The ruling also allows Howard to serve Cassie through alternate methods after claiming she has been evading traditional service attempts, y'all. Howard's lawsuit accuses Cassie and Diddy of arranging and coercing him into participating in sexual encounters, which he alleges amounted to sex trafficking. He claims the experiences caused him significant emotional and physical harm, y'all, including contracting an STD. These claims remain unproven, though, and are part of an ongoing civil litigation. According to court documents, the judge approved Howard's request, y'all, for alternate service after multiple unsuccessful attempts to deliver the lawsuit to Cassie directly, y'all. This is considered a procedural win for Howard as it clears the path for the case to enter the next phase. Legal experts note that alternate service does not imply wrongdoing. Instead, it simply permits a lawsuit to proceed when a defendant cannot be located or personally served. Cassie has not publicly responded to the lawsuit and no criminal charges have been filed against her in connection with Howard's allegations. If Cassie does not respond within the required time frame, Howard could potentially pursue a default judgment, though such outcomes are not guaranteed. So that's what we have here on that. Shout out to Instagram Black Millionaires. My whole thing is, I will just keep tabs on this. I'm not going to give too much commentary because I need more. I need to know more. If she did give allegedly this man a STD, I feel like anybody that gives anybody any type of disease, they need to be paid for it. Pay them, because it's something they have to live with for the rest of their lives. I do not condone that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. But for two, you were in the business. So did you? That's what I agree. Like, it has to be proven. Like, did you get it from Cassie or did you get it from Shirley? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Allegedly. I don't know. But anywho, last but not least, y'all, before I head on over, we're going to end it off on a good note. Y'all listen to Colossal Cole, a.k.a. Sugar, a.k.a. my baby. We're going to listen to the mayor over on YouTube. If you are not following her, get on over there. Get on over there. We are going to listen to the mayor, y'all.
Yeah.
Download, stream all platforms.
Yeah. I'm the mayor of the city. Politics trying to make me fall feel me. Round horses in the middle of the city. Cowboy boots in the skinny real titty. I'm from the country where the folks sound like Billy. Billy goes running around like some children. I'm the mayor trying to make some shit change. I'm the mayor trying to hit it for pain.
Okay.
Colossal Code be the name. Big shit popping, little shit won't change. Ain't a thing stopping, blow through with propane. Niggas hating hard, that's part of the game. You ain't got haters, you ain't got no damn mayor of the town or the city. Every real nigga rockin' hard, fucking with me. But I don't need a crowd to feel love, I seen plenty. Turn on that can for some kind of little attention. I'm the mayor of the city. Politicking, trying to make it fall for me. Round horses in the middle of the city. Cowboy boots in the skinny rubber tee. I'm from the country where the folks sound like Billy. Billy goes running around like some children. I'm the mayor trying to make some shit change. I'm the mayor trying to hit it for pain. I'm the mayor of the city. Politicking, trying to make it fall for me. Round horses in the middle of the city. Cowboy boots in the skinny rubber tee. I'm from the country where these folks sound like Billy. Billy goes running around like some children. I'm the mayor trying to make some shit change. I'm the mayor trying to hit it for pain.
All right, y'all. That's all y'all getting. Get on down there to the YouTube. That is Colossal Code. You see the name on the screen. You see the name of the song. Go like it up. Go run up them subscriptions, y'all. Okay? Every time I go live, you all will definitely see her on my screen. Shout out to my sugar. Shout out to Colossal Code. Shout out to all of her songs. If you are new to the platform, no worries. We welcome all new people. All right, go on over there, download on the YouTube, go on over on TikTok, download, hit that subscribe button. Okay, we're trying to get her to 100 followers. Okay, 100. Okay, 100. Let's get on over there. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. I'm heading on over to my YouTube channel, to my next YouTube video. We're about to give away a gift card, y'all. I'm 2 minutes late, but you aren't. If you want to go ahead and enter, go ahead and enter now. I'm about to go ahead and give away this $25 gift card. Meet me over there. All right. I'm out. I hope y'all enjoy our hot topics for the replay game. Hola, bonjour. Hope everybody is muy bien. Have a good night. I'm out this thing and bye.